Here are 10 things that I stopped doing in my 30s that completely changed my life. So, if you are in your 20s, this is definitely going to help you out. If you are a woman, you love some wisdom and you love to learn through other people, okay? You don't have to get burnt yourself to know that the pot is hot. You better come on in here and take a seat, okay? All right, so as we go, I will look down at my notes. If you are new, my name is India, and thank you for spending some time with me on my little corner, my little nook of YouTube, okay? All right, so number one is I stopped feeling like everything had to be posted. It just got to a point where I was like, okay, but is it really happening in real life? Okay. Is your success really happening in real life? Are you happy? Are you getting the things that you want? You don't have to make a social media post about it. How about you actually enjoy the moment as it happens? Honestly, I've gotten real bad. I gotten to the point where I really just, it don't really be nothing on my social, to be honest. Now, I will say with me starting my new chapter of YouTube, I'm sure I'll be more open and post more things that happen. But I in my 30s, I stopped posting as much. And if you post like a lot down to like the moment of when everything is happening, try it. Actually live in the moment, you know? And I honestly, sometimes when you go through things, you start to feel like, I want this moment for me. I don't want to share it. I don't want to share it with nobody. So that's another side of that, when you're in your 30s and you go through stuff, you start to naturally, I do believe, just become more of a private person if you are more of an open person. All right, so number two, I stopped thinking success was just about money. Let me tell you something. I'm looking for my money, but at the same time, I'm looking for my time. Okay, my time is so valuable now. So it's not all about the money, it's more so time. All right, how do I feel when I'm doing this? How do I feel when I'm with that person? So I have different measurements to success, and money is just not the end all be all of a situation now. All right, so my next up, number three, is I stop feeling guilty about wanting more. So sometimes if you don't have like a big circle and you have like these grand dreams, these grand plans, it's really easy for someone who's never done that or never see themselves doing that to say, wow, that's bold. Wow, that's crazy. Are you sure you want to do that? And so I've learned to just not feel guilty about my goals, my dreams, my ambitions. They're mine for a reason. I wholeheartedly believe that if it was something that I couldn't achieve, God wouldn't have put it in my mind for me to even think, ponder, go after it. So I completely stopped feeling guilty about wanting more. I want it all. I want the moon, the sun, and the stars. Number four is this is a big one. I stopped expecting people to read my mind. So this kind of goes back to, I would say, like my business base, but in the business world, it's kind of like you don't just wait for someone to click the link, if that makes sense, and you're selling something. You verbatim say at the end of the video, click the link in my bio. Like, it sounds so small, but it just is what it is. And so I took that concept to my life. Instead of waiting or being disappointed by somebody not doing what I think they should do concerning me, I'm a lot more vocal of, I would really like it if X, Y, and Z. That way you don't even have to guess too much. Okay. All I can do is give you the option to go ahead and follow through with what it is that I want or not sit here and wait for you to come to your own conclusion about what I want. All right. So I completely stopped waiting for people to read my mind. I'm a lot more vocal when it comes to what I want, how I want it, when I want it. Okay. All right. So up next, number 5 is, oh, this is so big. This is so big. So raised in the South, raised by my grandmother, really respectful, really big on respect. And I still am very respectful. But sometimes being taught to be respectful comes with being taught or learning to be silent, because it's a thin line between silence and, well, not silence, but like being vocal, speaking up for yourself, and disrespect. Because if it's not on the same page of what the other person wants, they'll take it in a negative way. Do you get what I'm trying to say here? Okay. Anyways, stop going to bed with things on my heart. Listen, if it bothers me, if it offends me, if I have a question about it, I'm going to deal with it in a moment. Okay. You're not going to be around me, because I've been in those situations before. You're not going to be around me, say something slick under your breath, and then I leave, I go home, and I'm like, well, what do they mean about that? Or, that was really rude. That was really odd. I've learned to just hold my composure and catch it in the moment. Wow, that was really rude of you. And it allows people to confirm what it really is, or, oh no, I wasn't being rude, or, however they want to play it. But don't go home, don't finish the day with stuff still on your mind, and the other person who may have said something or did something, they're not thinking about you. They're not thinking about what they said, what they did. But here you are, it's still taking up space. In my 30s, I'm so big on peace, okay? I want space mentally in my head so that I can be at peace just within myself. But girl, peace everywhere, peace in my environment, peace in my mental, oh girl, everywhere. Sprinkle, okay? I need all the peace I can get. All right, up next, what number that was, y'all? Okay, I think that was number 5, okay? So don't go to bed with nothing on your heart if you can. Okay, so number 6 is I stopped trying to save everybody. All right, so here's the thing. You can love people, you can encourage people, but you can't actually do the work for them, okay? So instead of pushing people to greatness or to see things in a better light, I let them be where they at. Okay. I have to meet you where you at. Okay. Now I can encourage, but all the pushing and helping you stand up and straighten your clothes out, been there, did that. No longer interested. I let people just be who they are, and then however I can assist, I do. But I wait until you ask me to help instead of just jumping in trying to fix it myself. Because at the end of the day, who asked you to do that? That's always what the opposing person is going to say at the end of the day. So it's not worth your time, your effort. All right, up next is I stopped ignoring my health. Girl, I'm getting old, okay? So listen, I have learned to listen to your body. When you tired, girl, you should see me in my naps. It's like, I think naps are a part of my schedule now. All right. Listen, I try my best to actually listen to my body. I still work really hard, but It's different. It's just different in your 30s. Learn to take time out for yourself, especially health wise, and listen to the different things that's going on. Woo! Okay. All I can tell you is woo, child. All right. Up next, number 8. I stopped letting one bad day define my week. Lord, I love this so much. Whew, this goes back over to when I was talking about peace. Okay. One bad thing, one unexpected event, something negative happening, something not going my way. I stopped letting it throw off the day, let alone the week. Okay, when I say it's just something about as you get older, especially in your 30s, how it's like your faith, it just grows. Man, it just happens. Okay, it happens as you go through stuff. If you believe in God, you believe in a higher power, as your faith gets bigger and bolder, things just don't affect you the way that they used to. Let me tell you, it's not much, you know. I'm like that. I try to be careful of the things that I say and the words that I speak, but at the end of the day, everything is okay. I really don't care what happens concerning me. At the end of the day, everything is okay. When I tell you, my faith has grown so much in my 30s. So number 9 is very personal. Okay, very personal. But number 9 is I stopped romanticizing being busy. So I realized I was working a lot, and I started to question, why was I doing certain things the way that I was doing it? Did this task or goal require me to work the way I worked for that? If you work a lot, you should take a little time off and just spend some time with yourself. And I feel like sometimes when I work, it takes away from myself so that I don't have to think about certain things. And I've learned to not just constantly work, but to work smarter, question my time on everything. Is it an easier way that this can get done? Is it a quicker way, a more efficient way, aside from just adding more time to the pot? So getting in control of your time, being selfish with your time. Time is valuable, honey. Time is money. All right, and number 10 is I stopped letting other people's limits become my limits. You know, people will project their fears onto you by saying, oh, this is what you can and this is what you can't do. You know, a lot of people call it delusional, but the Lulu has gotten me a lot further than a lot of people's reality has gotten them in reality. Okay, I lean forward in all my delusion. I can get this done by the end of the week. I can get this done by the end of the month. It will not take me a whole year to do X, Y, and Z. And many times when you're successful, especially as an entrepreneur, you have to have a high level of delusion, because what else are you going to do? Ain't no other option. Okay. So instead of shying away from delusion, instead of trying to dilute the delusion, we can get it done in an hour. Okay. All right, I went the other direction in my delusion, and look, everything is possible within 24 hours. So that's some of what I stopped doing in my 30s. Let me know what is something that you recently stopped doing in the comments. If you've not already subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and then tap the bell so that you get notified of my next video. Bye.